Hey, good morning everybody. This is Johnny Sunshine with John Phillips Plumbing here in sunny Sarasota. I want to show you what temperature it is. About 74, 75 degrees already. It's 8:30 in the morning, really 7:30. And look at the humidity. Yes. Hot and shitty today. Hot and sticky. Yep. I just took the dogs for a bike ride, 1 mile, wear their asses out, and yeah, it's sticky, man. Anyways, I gotta go pick up some stuff. Got a lot of stuff to pick up, actually. I gotta restock this baby. Oh, I gotta excuse me. I gotta go pick a water heater up, 100 feet of 3/4 inch CPVC, an expansion tank, and a few other items. But it ought to be an interesting day. It's back to work Monday for me. I took some time off. I think the last time I really worked was, besides doing shit at my house, was Wednesday. I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And got a lot done here. My truck is still dirty. I didn't get to wash it yesterday. Maybe today. This job I have to do is right here on my circle. Ought to be pretty simple, I hope. Anyways, we'll see what we can get into, guys. I've got a couple loose ends I need to take care of. I put a new trim on a tub for a guy, black, tub trip lever, and he said the stopper popped off. That it's not connected to the lever anymore. I need to go over there and make sure I had that thing closed tight enough. He's a big dude. He probably, it obviously couldn't be my fault, just saying. I'd never do anything wrong. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I need to do that. And then that lady with the well, unfortunately, all that shit is not working right. It blew apart again right at the pump, and I just told her, I said, listen, I can't help you anymore. I've done what I can do, which isn't much. I repaired the broken suction line, and I gave her the name of an irrigation company. They've got one zone on that irrigation system has 10 heads, and I don't think the pump most likely needs to be replaced. I didn't want to do that, trying to save her money, but it should get up to 55, 60, 65 PSI pretty quick, but I could only get 45 PSI out of it, and so I had to adjust the pressure switch. But with all those heads, it just can't keep up. So irrigation guy's gonna go over there and look at it. And I told her, I said, listen, if he replaces any of the parts that I put on that system, like the pressure switch, or he does something and says, oh, what I did was wrong, I'll be happy to refund her money. Like I said, I was really trying to help her out, and I should have just stayed away from that job. It's not my wheelhouse. I'm a new construction plumber, and yeah, didn't have much experience working with, pumps on irrigation systems. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I won't have to return a whole bunch of money to this lady, but I'll just chalk it up as when something like that happens, I just look at the big picture and say it's minuscule, the amount of money that, when you look at the big picture or a whole year and you say, oh, I had to give a little back on this one because it just didn't work out. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, man. Nothing gets in the way of my fucking sleep. You know what I'm saying, dog? All right. Jesus Christ, my eyes are terrible looking, man. It ain't good. Hey guys, I had a subscriber send me a self-addressed stamped envelope requesting a couple of the crosses that I pass out to people, and I picked out a couple of really nice ones for him. They're absolutely beautiful. He said he wants to keep these on his truck, or he asked for one. I'm gonna send him two. They also come with a prayer card. They come with I'll send him a prayer card, the Lord's Prayer, and then also this. It talks about where these crosses were made in Bethlehem. They're made out of olive wood. And he asked for them, and I'll be very happy to send them to him. These things are a source of strength and inspiration for me, and the people that I give them to, they really appreciate it, man. So he asked for it, and I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna put them in the mail right now, make sure they get to his house. Hopefully he'll respond and let me know he got them. We'll see. He just sent a regular envelope, and we'll see if the post office obliges and just sends these things through. If not, then we're gonna find out. We're gonna have to do it a different way, you know, a bigger envelope, maybe one of those little padded things, you know, but we'll see. I'm very happy about that, so I'm gonna put this thing together and put it in my mailbox. All right, guys, so I got this kid's stuff all together. I even gave him a couple of my stickers, man. Imagine that. Why? I don't know. I guess it's a thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in here. We're all set. So I hope he gets them, and it's a pleasure for me to do that. I believe in a higher power, man. It can ease your mind. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Anyways, have a great day. I'm gonna go get hot. All right, guys, so I just got my breakfast. I got my iced coffee. It's almost 10 o'clock, but it feels like 9 for some reason. So I'm behind a little bit. I'm heading to a woman's house who I believe, through DNA testing, I could prove that she is a direct descendant of fucking Benjamin Franklin. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to this job. But I've nicknamed her Ben Franklin. Benifer. Anyways, we'll see what we can get into. I'm gonna start on the water heater first. It's got a little overcast, kind of nasty looking. I don't know if it's gonna rain today or not. I didn't check the weather. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Still here. John's really in the background. Okay.
Is that Bob?
Yeah.
Tell him I said hello.
John says hello.
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah. Let me tell him something about parking. Okay. Park here is.
Yeah, I need to park in front. Do you need to get one of your cars out?
Yeah.
All right, why don't you get the Mercedes out?
The Mercedes isn't the one I drive.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So what you can do though is pull up so that I can get out. I can get around that car there. So as long as I can back up somewhat,
You don't want to put it out on the street or do it before I get in there? Because I'd like to get as close as I can.
Okay. Yeah, let me.
Take your time.
I need to go.
I tried calling her. Yes.
If I take the Mercedes out, then
No, you can take the Jag out.
no, I don't want to. I'm going to be driving the Jaguar. I can take it out, you know, like almost in the street or something like that. And then
Yeah.
you can pull up as close as you want.
That's right.
So the
Yeah,
Jaguar,
don't worry about the Mercedes is fine where it is.
Yeah.
All right. Good Lordy Jesus. Good Lordy Jesus. I hope she goes out for the day with her visitors. Is all I gotta say. Actually, that's not all I have to say. I have one more thing. Imagine waking up next to that. For 1 second, imagine waking up next to her every fucking day. For me, it just looks like the breath may stink. But whatever. I'm sorry, being so critical. My breath stinks too in the morning. Okay. So, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge getting this baby out of here. Let's see what I had to do last time. This new heater probably won't fit. Appears that it has copper on one side. We'll get it. Unfortunately, I can't get to this. Gotta get this power shut off. And they've got everything just packed in here. Alright. Let me get some eyeballs on and a flashlight and get rolling, Jackson. Alright guys, so I need to check this to make sure the power is actually off on this one. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this house. I don't want to be a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Find my glasses, y'all. Yeah, this thing's off. I just always have been in the habit of putting the wire nuts back on, just in the event, man, somebody, it's just safe, you know? So one of the things that I'm concerned about on this job is leaving my shit behind, because there's just so much stuff here. So I need to find a spot. He's got shit everywhere, which is cool. So don't I at my house. Nothing wrong with it. But I'm gonna use this space right here as my workbench. And put all my shit over there. Dead battery or something, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let me get my Sawzall. Alright guys, so I've got this water heater flushing right now through my pump, and I'm gonna I have to go shut this thing off at the meter because I can't find the main shut-off valve to this house. Alright guys, so I've got this thing, I've got the water off. I'm going to go ahead and pump this thing down as much as I can from the bottom. I don't think it's going to be an issue on this one. And I've gotten some complaints about the sound of my water heater pump. And you know, the last thing I want to do is annoy somebody sitting on their couch, you know, watching me work. So I've covered up my water heater pump with a towel, and hopefully it'll make your watching a little more enjoyable. You know, going that extra mile for my fan club. She seems to be pumping, guys. I love cordless tools, guys. Yeah. That's fucking saved me a lot of time. Damn, that blade is not too sharp. Alright guys, so I did a blade change. This is a 6-inch Diablo Automobile Demolition. These are my go-to blades. They're strong as hell, amazing, they last forever. That one that was in there, you can see how this does not mess around. So let me finish pumping this down, get some fittings together. Alright guys, so I put this heater in 2008. I want to see, I'm going to do a complete post-mortem on this. I'm going to pull the anode rod. I'm going to pull this relief valve out and stick my little camera in there and take a look at the inside of this, man. See what it looks like. It ought to be interesting. Hopefully the camera and the video camera will work good together. I will say that this pump sucking from the bottom, you can hear it struggling a little bit. I've got it covered with a towel so it overheats and costs me an extra 250 bucks. But other than that, it's all good. It's almost empty. And like I said, I'm going to bring this thing home and I'm going to open it up and see what's going on inside of this thing. We've got a lot of corrosion here on these dielectric nipples, these brass 90s. I had to put on there because of how tight these pipes were. I'm sure I didn't replace, this wouldn't have been one of the valves. I didn't replace the valve, but now I replace the valve on all water heaters when I do it. So times have changed and that's what I'm doing now. Alright guys, so one thing I noticed, that there's a lot of rust in this water heater inside. So this is what came out of the tank. So what I'm gonna do is, unlike what anybody else has done with a water heater, is I'm actually gonna cut the bottom off, leaving the drain valve and leaving the whole top intact, so that we can see just what it looks like and just what you're taking showers in. For those people who don't want to replace their water heater every 10 years or so, it's still cheap. And you can see how this was $508 a year to use, and the number on this 50 gallon is going to be lower than that. This is a 40, and so we'll see. The couplings I used are still here, all 4 of them. This is probably going to have to move because this is a 50, not a 40. This, they ran a 3/8 line for the relief valve, 3/8 soft copper, increased it to 1/2 inch, and then up here increased it to 3/4, every one of which is illegal. It needs to be piped full size to a safe location, or wherever the code tells you. And down here in Florida, the code is you got to relieve it to the pan. So I'm going to put a pan in here just for some sort of a safety feature. This is the same level as the house, and unfortunately, with all this debris, all of his stuff, I can't run the pipe, and I don't think it'll hurt really for it to run right across this and put a 90 on this. I'm just gonna paint it orange, man, so it gives them some sort of protection from the heater leaking and getting into the house. So these cutters that I bought, they're for 1/2 inch and 3/4. I believe they're rigid, and I like them. They're very, it doesn't take that many turns to cut through L copper. Now when I get to a house like this, very old, and I can see the copper coming up out of the slab without any insulation, I'm being very, very careful not to damage that copper right at the slab and end up out here jackhammering up a big hole. So it takes a little extra time. You gotta slow your roll down a little bit. Pipe and shit. Out with the old and in with the new. I will tell you that one of the other things that I'm concerned with in this situation with is just so much stuff, is I don't want to get his shit confused with mine. You know, I don't want to take any of his stuff by mistake. So I'm keeping all my shit confined to this little area right here. And we should be good, man. Let me get this swept up and put my pan in. Alright guys, so we just got a little downpour for about 10 minutes. And if I were out on a rough end, would have just been getting done with digging the whole thing out. And then the rains came. usually isn't fun, my friends. That means a mucky, dirty job for the rest of the day. And yeah, it's not fun, you know. I'll say it's not fun. I guess I could have used a glue coupling here. But I'm not going to stick with what brung me. Okay. I need to get these up at least that high. Son of a bitch. Okay. So I've got my couplings down on in this pan. It's a used pan. Rubber though, not those old plastic ones, you know. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I need to make sure I keep that out of the way of that. Back when they built this house, guys, they used hard copper going under the slab. They had joints under the slab. When I was doing new construction, we did copper, but it was all soft copper, looped out with no joints under the slab. Unless you ran out of copper halfway across the house and you needed to do it, and you made sure that that's where you bedded the shit in. Anyways, I'm kidding. That's a joke. Don't get too serious, guys. Okay. So the homeowner just came out and told me we're under a tornado watch.
Lily, come here. Hey.
So yeah, we'll hope that that doesn't come to fruition. When I use this Teflon, I usually go 5 times around, 4 or 5. 4 is sufficient, but I just seem to be in the habit of 5. Let me find my dopage. Keep your pipe, your Teflon down a thread, and then put your pipe dope on clockwise. Break out the bad mamma jamma. The bad mamma jamma. Search through a big box of shit to find your adapters. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's what happens when you get up in the middle of the night. She's a bad mamma jamma. I gotta be careful of my new tattoo, man. I can see a couple spots where he was digging a little deep, man. I might end up with some scars on that son of a bitch, but what do you want to do? Yeah. Yeah. Christ, this thing looks like one of my fucking towels at home when I was a teenager. You know, a little stiff. Actually, that was well into my 60s. No. Yes, I am not fucking ready for prime time, guys. Not whatsoever. So I want to keep this up a little bit. I'm going to put that like that to keep that thing so they can open that box without swearing and talking about how dumb the plumber is. You know what I mean. I have a really nice tool by whatchamacallit, not shark bite, but yeah, shark bite for Raymond pipe. Son of a gun. Oh, I'll be the son of a bitch. I'm gonna hook this wire, this box up. I'm noticing that the wire should really go under the relief. There's enough room for that. So these babies are short, man. One down. So that's good there. She's on. That can go just like so. Just like so-de-do-do. It's pretty nasty feeling right now out here, guys. I got my fan going. Keep me cool. Makes all the difference in the world, man. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna cut it right there at the G. At the G, y'all. Looking for. say, guys, I'm a little discombobulated this morning with the time change and the allergy medicine. Jeez, Jesus. It ain't looking good, y'all. Yeah, that's gonna work, Jackson. I likes that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little pitch on this, you know. I don't fucking need it. Jesus. Can't fucking hurt. I know that. That's all I'm trying to say, y'all. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So I think I'm gonna stop on this job at this water heater. I'm not gonna go out in this rain and muck and do hose bibs on the outside of the house. Not today, guys. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'll just go home after this, man. Feeling a little fucking weary. A little bit. Okay, so I didn't use pipe management too well. I need another 14 inches and a coupling. You know, guys, when I was doing new construction, man, I always throw in, when I pulled a rough end, the fittings, always pulled lots of couplings. And on the 2-inch, I would use a DWV, a pressure coupling instead of DWV, drain coupling, just because they get a better grab, more to it. And you know, if you don't want to end up with a bunch of pipe in your shop, shorts, you need to, when you cut a piece of pipe, you know, and there's a foot left over, that's what you need to stick in the ground. Stick it in there, put a coupling on it, and then go to your next piece. And really, if you're laying the pipe right, those couplings are not causing any issues. What it's doing is, it costs you, you know, they used to be cheap, but you know, you don't end up with $300 worth of short pipe. Is what I'm trying to say. Use it up. I always use a chop saw. I never cut drainage piping with a at least below slab. On the rough ends, we always had a chop saw out there. That's just how we did it, and it made we never had any issues with people calling back saying they got a stoppage. If you know how a DWV joint works, you'll know that a square cut is absolutely critical to have a leak-free system, especially if you're hanging the pipe inside. Better put that Sawzall away, Jackson. Cut it with a chop saw. Get it set up. I used to have a staging with the planks on it, you know, and I could set up a work table on the back side with the chop saw, and all I do is pull myself right through the whole house, man. Putting a second floor bathroom in. Alright, so this one's done, guys. This water heater is installed. Just need to get all my shit back in here. Let a couple minutes pass. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Got the funeral parlor lights. Somebody commented. Yeah, thank you. I love you too. Okay. So that's it, man. Let that glue set up for a little while, and then I'm gonna turn the water back on and see what we got, y'all. Alright guys, so I'm all set here. Time to turn the body on. It is hot and sticky, man. Check out the old tap. Got a couple spots where he went a little deep, man. Fucking some more great footage. I'm gonna have him add to this master right along the right under the this top side of the right above the top side of the wrench. Master plumber. You can get this, we're all plumbers, but when you achieve master plumber, you can go ahead and add it. That's what I say. So we're filling. Like I said, I like to test with air first. I'm not sure what time it is. I don't think it took me more than an hour and a half to do this, in light of all the shit that's in my way. Now I just need to make sure I push it all back. The guy who lives here, unfortunately, he has a form of leukemia. He's 80 years old, or into his 80s, and he needs a blood transfusion every week. So he's hurting, you know, but he's so old that they can't even recommend a bone marrow transplant or anything like that. He just wouldn't be able to handle it because of the shape that he's in. And it's unfortunate. He's a really good guy, and he's full of life, camping and racing cars and all that shit. And even at 80, he's going to get cut short a little bit, it seems like. So live every day like me, man. Live it to the max, guys. Work all day and watch yourself all night. Yeah. Kidding. I'm kidding. Let me let this air out. So let me tell you something about changing anode rods. You know, every couple of years, and lifting the relief valve and all that shit. It's going to cost you, especially if you're in the New York area, where it costs like $300 just to have somebody show up at your door. You don't want to be lifting them relief valves after you know, 3-4 years, especially doing it, you know, 2-3 times over the life of the water heater. You're going to end up having to pay somebody to replace that unless you can do it yourself. My thing when it comes to that and anode rods, and you can see how they're doing them now, they don't even leave them open. This is a real pain to get this out. You got to dig it out and vacuum all that shit out. Make sure you get every bit of it out. Make sure none of it falls in when you take the anode out, because if that styrofoam falls in the tank, first thing it's going to do is leave the tank through the hot side when somebody opens a valve, and it's going to get stuck in a shower valve, or some faucet is going to end up with that styrofoam in it, which is another service call. So if you're concerned about water heaters and, you know, I would just buy a 12-year warranty water heater, man. Buy the 12-year, don't touch it. It's under warranty for up to 12 years. If your luck is good, it'll go bad on the 11th year, and you'll get a brand new water heater, another 12-year, because that's what they have to give you. And you get 24 years worth of water heaters for the cost of one, and you don't have to change the anode. You don't have to change the relief valve. You pay a guy to put it in, and that's it. So, but I've got that water heater. I forgot I was gonna take it apart. So I have it out at the curb. I need to grab it because it is the night before trash day. Yeah. And some scrap guy will be by here shortly. They come around the day before trash day and grab everything. So I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna cut it open and look inside, see what it looks like, man. Do a post-mortem. See, post-mortem means after death. That's what Trump needs to do, a post-mortem on his presidency. He's dead, man. It ain't happening no more, man. The guy's batshit crazy. If DeSantis tries to run, Trump's gonna run as an independent. You see how good a friend he is to you guys. Anyways, here's my politics for the day. This water heater, I need to bleed the pressure down from inside the house. Get the air out and then turn the power back on, man. And that's it. I'm all done here. Alright guys, so I'm all done here. The water's, the tank's full, the electric's on, I can hear it cooking. Like I said, I'm done here for the day. I'm not working out in this nasty weather to put some hose bibs on this house. I'll just come back tomorrow. But we're all good. No leaks, no runs, no drips, no errors. That's a baseball analogy. Alright, see you guys. Alright guys, so this is a 2008 self-cleaning Everclean Ream water heater. I'm gonna cut the bottom off. I've never done anything like this. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting into. It's probably not worth it, but I'm gonna do it anyways for you guys, for our knowledge. All right, let's see what I can get into. All right guys, so this is going to be a test, but not only testing, I want to see how good these demolition blades are from Diablo. I've never cut a water heater in half, so gotta nix the gloves, guys, and I'm gonna get some safety glasses on. Yeah. Now I know why I never cut a fucking water heater open. Don't like to get cut open, it appears. For you guys who are greenhorns, don't ever grab a hot Sawzall blade. It really hurts. I've done it. I speak from experience. Okay. Okay, so this takes a while. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'll let you know how long it took me. All right, guys, so I'm in the tank now. That was pretty easy. Once you're in, you know what I'm saying? Once you're in, it's once you're in, it's, you know, it's usually good, and then it's over quick. So I'm gonna see if I can just peel this down. Doesn't seem like it wants to do that, so I'm gonna rotate it. Finish my cut. Wow. That's some fucking nastiness, guys. But I will say the lining looks pretty damn good, man. Check this out. Here's what's left of the fucking anode rod. Shot. Some of you guys probably already know this. Inside on the bottom of a water heater, it's concave. And what that is a safety feature. If the pressure were to build in this, it would actually push this out, so it would be pushed out the other side. And I'll be honest, man, this lining it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's obviously rusty. The dip tube is in good condition. Looks like the rust is coming from the... Let me get a light. I want to see what it looks like inside. Alright, guys, so besides the sediment, which is probably 50% of that sediment, is probably the shit from the anode rod. All right, these people, I would say, were probably having a problem with their white clothes looking a little dingy and rusty. You can see up there in the top right at about 1 o'clock, it's corroding right around that weld up there at the top. The anode rod, which I'm going to stick the camera in here in a minute and get a look at that anode rod, and then get a look at the hot discharge. And that's where all that sediment's building up, man. That's where that becomes the sacrificial anode, it looks like to me. So anyways, this dip tube, a lot of you guys know that there's a hole in the dip tube about 6 inches from the top, and that's designed to break any vacuum on a water heater so that the whole thing doesn't drain. Once it gets 6 inches of water out of it, it's open to the atmosphere, and then, you know, it's not going to suck water out anymore. But the relief valve looks like it's in good condition. It's got a little bit of buildup on it. The anode rod is shot. I will tell you that this water heater is a 2008 So it's 15 years old, well outside of the 6-year warranty that Rheem puts on this water heater. And you know, it performed good in their eyes. They're saying, hey, you know, this thing you got double the time out of this. It never changed an anode rod. So, you know, one thing, I want to show you that anode rod. Hang on. Gotta check my angle, man. Fucking angle of the dangle. Fucking angle of the dangle. So that's the anode rod. That's what's left of it. That's the corrosion that I talked about at that weld up there. And then I want to show you the hot discharge, which is so you can see the hot discharge there, pretty much caked closed. So I don't know, you know. So I would say that this water heater, there's my nephew, this water heater performed exactly the way Rheem wanted it to perform.